representing the Buzz in Wichita Falls and the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Johnny Thrash.
What's up, John?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, living my best quarantine life. You know how it is.
Yeah, the new norm. Whatever.
Yeah. God, please don't tell me it's the new norm. God, please.
Right. Well, speaking of quarantine, a lot of artists, they're opting to hold off on releasing new music during the pandemic because, you may not be able to tour behind it for a while. Do you plan on solo stuff?
That's the plan, man. I mean, when everything kind of evens out and comes back to normal, the plan is to hit the road hard and really take this party everywhere, The way I kind of look at this project is like a hard rock, heavier, kind of more out of control version of like a Springsteen concert where you show up and you don't know what you're going to get, I mean, I've got the solo stuff, the stuff I've written with Slipknot, the stuff I've written with Stone Sour, and then we can play any cover, So when people come, I want them to be like in for a treat and really kind of really remind people of what, you can do when you have the right group of people around you, So yeah, that's definitely the plan.
Right on. Well, speaking of not knowing what you're going to get, Black Eyes Blue and CMFT cannot be or must be stopped are way different stylistically. Can we expect more of that sort of eclectic material from the rest of the album and your other solo albums?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm touching base on a host of different things. I mean, nothing really sounds like CMFT on the album, but then again, nothing really sounds like Black Eyes Blue. But everything has that cool, like rock singer-songwriter vibe to it, Everything has such a positive spirit and such a positive vibe that when you put it on, I want people to smile, Like I'm tired of people being bummed out when they think of rock. I'm tired of people thinking that you have to be just so serious when it comes like, screw that, man. Let's party. Let's do. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I still listen to the stuff that I grew up with, because there's such a massive spirit, and that's what this album is meant to be.
Yeah. Well, I noticed, later on with Stone Sour, you were getting kind of a party vibe, the right. More stuff. So it makes a lot of sense that you're going that direction with your solo material. But speaking of that, did you ever consider presenting any of your solo material to Stone Sour or Slipknot?
Yeah, I tried both. Well, not only that, I tried giving certain stuff to both bands, and then when that didn't work, I tried offering some of these songs to other bands to record. Like Samantha's Gone, which is a song on the album, I tried giving to like 3 different bands to see if they wanted to record it, and everybody passed. I was like, all right, well, more for me, dude, and it's such a great party tune that excuse me. God, I had some depth, dude. Like that was real. That song had such a great party vibe to it that I was like, as soon as I started putting this thing together for the solo thing, I was like, that has to go on the album because it's just going to make people want to dance, want to sing, or want to do it all.
That's awesome. Well, man, I'm just about out of time. That's all I have, but I really appreciate you, and good luck with the stuff, man. Look forward to seeing you. I
appreciate it, man.
Johnny Thrash understands break duration. Came in under the wire. That buys a couple of extra seconds for Maggie Meadows from the Banana in Flint.
Hi, Maggie.
Thanks, Corey. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
All good. No worries.
Really appreciate it. I know you touched on this a little bit with Johnny, but our hometown local music venue, the Machine Shop, has been obviously struck by, no touring and whatnot. I know everybody wants to get back on the road, but those smaller independent venues, will those be a priority when you're able, to go back out?
I mean, that's a good question, man. And I feel like that would be a great way for me to contribute to keeping those things open, is that when the time comes to maybe start and do some of the more homegrown venues that are family owned, maybe like commercially owned, like locally owned, and start with those and really, because when I would do my book tours, when I would do a signing, I would always start with a lot of the mom and pop shops, like, and really try to contribute to that and help, because it makes so much sense, because you're contributing to the community, you're contributing to the local business. Right. So that's actually a really cool idea that I think I'll look into, is when the time comes, come out and really do an intimate club run where I'm hitting places like the Machine Shop, or, well, Birch Hill isn't open anymore, but stuff like that, maybe even like some place like Irving Plaza. I know a lot of places Strip are in California are really starting to hurt. So maybe do something like that and really make it something special. So that's a really good idea.
Hey, good. Awesome. Make sure you remember that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Because I did see you in Detroit when you did like the evening with Corey Taylor, and those were real intimate and cool.
Yeah. And I did a couple different places, because I remember the last place was St. Andrews, which was, I never really thought I would ever get to play St. Andrews, and had such an amazing time there, So it's definitely something I would like to look into, man.
Cool. And another like Flint tie-in, you guys with Slipknot toured with King 810. Like, I remember seeing you guys at the Palace. Just because they are out of Flint, if there was anything that stuck out with your mind with those guys at all?
Those guys are so rad, man. Like, such good kids. Hungry too. Like, that's what I really loved about it, I didn't realize that, they, kind of grew up listening to us as well, until we got on the road, and this band, there was this vicious band, and yet backstage they were really kind of nervous sometimes hanging out with us, which I thought was just dope, and finally we're like, look, just settle down. Okay. We're dorks. We're from Iowa. We have a lot more in common than you think. And once they did that, they were able to kind of loosen up a little bit and really kind of go, it's like, all right. And we ended up having a great tour and hanging out with those guys. And they're really good. King 810 is one of my son's favorite bands.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it was big. We were all real proud of them for getting on that. And then my final question, in the new video for CMFT Can't Be Stopped, you have so many different like guest appearances at the end. Is there anybody that you had to cut that you didn't put in that submitted a video?
No, but there were a bunch of people who had committed to it, and then they didn't send anything in because ostensibly they were trying to get their hair cut. And I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. I was like, hold on a second. Like, you're telling me that you're worried about trying to keep the do together on a cameo. You're talking about a cameo. Seriously? Have you seen my hair? I'm in the video for real. I just thought it was stupid ass. I'm like, whatever.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. This was a big honor. Dig the new tunes and can't wait to hear more. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Maggie. I appreciate it.